Hello and welcome back to Science Today. We will be discussing the subject of animal testing. Joining us is Courtney Ream, Sarah Alshahal, and Hannah East. These three lovely ladies are all qualified as they are biologists. However, their viewpoints of animal testing are all different. So we'll start simple. What are your views of animal testing?
I believe that animal testing is necessary for all aspects of our lives. It allowed us to develop the polio vaccine, improve prevention for malaria, and create cancer-fighting drugs and so much more.
I believe there are other alternatives to animal testing, such as in vitro methods, advanced computer modeling, and human volunteers. We don't need animals to create new medical technology and vaccines.
While those are both great points, I believe that we should make animal testing a much more humane and painless experience for the animals while still obtaining the necessary data that we get from these tests.
So now that the audience has a better understanding of what your guys' viewpoints are on the subject of animal testing, let's dig deeper into the topic. Our next question is, do you think humans rightfully have the power to decide whether or not animals are tested on?
Animals must be used in cases when ethical considerations prevent the use of human subjects. We have superiority over animals due to their inability to give consent. So we can decide whether or not we want to be tested on, and that only makes it logical for us to use animals.
Just because they don't have the ability to tell us that they're in pain doesn't mean they aren't suffering. What gives us the right to decide that our lives are more valuable than another animal's?
That's true, but there are laws put in place in order to protect these animals. For instance, it is required by law that animals put under painful procedures are given anesthesia in order to lessen their pain, as well as other laws to regulate the treatment of laboratory animals that are being tested on for research.
Okay, but laws aren't always followed. At the University of Pennsylvania, 150 baboons suffered brain damage due to a whiplash simulation. They were using hydraulic equipment to smash their heads. Just because there are laws in place doesn't mean they're following them.
Well, I couldn't think about that.
Is there a point where we should draw the line with animal testing?
Yes, I believe that testing for cosmetics on animals is completely unnecessary and that when we do test on animals, it should strictly be medical.
Well, there are already laws in place that make this testing necessary. For example, toxicity tests are done on animals to ensure that chemicals in household products will not harmfully impact humans.
The laws aren't always right. The lines have already been drawn, yet companies still aren't acknowledging them, and abuse cases are still prevalent.
Well, that's all we have time for today. Thank you guys so much for joining us.
Thank you for having us.
Audience, it's now time for you to decide what your stance is. See you next time on Science Today.
Okay, good. Go.
Okay, sorry. Okay, that's it.
We're done.
Okay.
It's all good.